Hello everyone, welcome to the final week of this prompt. So we're up to week 4. So what I did is I've stitched down all my bits and pieces. Someone asked me the dimension of my circle. So literally for my circle I just used this bowl, and in centimeters it's 8.5, and let me see if this ruler here, this one's got inches. Almost 3.5, just under 3.5 across. So that's how big it is. I just messily traced around it. So what I want to do is to take inspiration from this little piece that I did in a class with Amy Grant. She's a Sydney-based textile artist, and I want to do beading and some embroidery. So what I thought I'd do is just start with some beading on the pink flowers. So I've picked some beads. I've got some pinks, white, greens, etc. And I'm going to do, and I've got these old vintage beads in here. Hang on, I'll just show you. So I've got these. I bought at the sewing basket. This one as well, but I probably won't use that one. I want some pink. So that's like a salmony pink. That one there, they're a bit mixed up. And this pink here is quite good, and even this glitzy pink here. So I thought I'd use some different pinks, a little bit of white or like pearly kind of colour, and then do some of the leaves, bits of the leaves. But I don't want to do the whole thing. I want some embroidery in here too. So the mustardy part in the middle, I'm thinking embroidery. I also don't want to just perfectly fill it all in. I'm thinking I'll leave some gaps. What I might do, get this little bowl. Actually, better yet, I've got a little dish here. This little dish. And I will put some beads into there. Start off with this kind of, it's almost like a cerise kind of pink, magenta. All right, so with beading, I'm using a very thin silk thread. It's really easy to thread up a beading needle. This is a beading needle. So what I do is I pick up a bead, and I only do one at a time. Hang on. Okay, so to get it to sit flat, what we do is we go through it twice. Let me just move this out of the way a bit. So am I on screen? I'm filming with, I got a new phone today. Time for an upgrade. I've had my other one for quite a few years. And they're way more advanced. I'm actually filming with my phone because my iPad I normally film with is old as well. So I thought my phone might be better. So let's see. Hopefully it's nice quality video for you. Yeah, so did I say I love the work of Kelly May Krentz? I've got a couple of her classes. Rachel's got some of her classes. And she does a lovely mix of embroidery and beading. So that's where I'm getting a bit of inspiration from for this little piece. And I think I'll do like what a lot of people suggested, because I know I won't wear a brooch. I'll pin this onto a bag or something like that. So I've been busy this week. How unusual. I think I told you I'm going on long service leave next week. Sorry, excuse me. So I've been busy. We're just dealing with things, making sure everything's nice and organized before I go. But also, as I think you probably know, we are teaching our first in-person workshop on Sunday. So I've been trying to get ready for that. I know Rach has been super busy getting pre-prepared because she's just about to get on the plane to Australia. In Italy, that will be tomorrow at some stage for us, maybe tomorrow afternoon. She's getting on the plane. And so she arrives on Friday in Australia. And then we on Saturday, I've still got to do my Saturday sports. I've got water polo. And then luckily I've got some early games this week. So we'll be driving down to the Southern Highlands on Saturday, getting set up for our workshops at Zoe's Green Door Studio, and then workshop on Sunday that we're teaching, with Juju's going to be present too. And I know a few people that do our project are coming along, so that's going to be great to meet you guys. And then we've got our 5-day workshop with Fleur. So there's going to be a lot of stitching over the next week, which will be fun. But yeah, I've been putting together kits. Rach has done kits and I've done kits, like they'll go together. So you get a bit of flavour from Rach and flavour from me. We've tried to make sure that we put in things that will go together, or things that she has that I don't have, and vice versa. Sorry, my beading needle just came undone. I didn't do my trick. I'm going to show you my trick just in case people haven't seen this before. I need a dark background so you can see. I've got this old bit of quilt. Let me try this. Hopefully can you see? What I'll do, I'll zoom it in a bit more. Oh no, I'll bring my hand up. Okay, so what I normally do with my thread, I should have done my trick. I bend my thread over my needle. Okay, so it's got a little bend in it. And then you try to get the bend through the needle, and that's gone through really easily. Okay, I got taught this by someone else. What's her name? I did a little class at a quilt show once. And then what you do, just need to bring my loop through a little bit further, because then what you do, so I'm trying not to pull my tail through here, put your loop, I just pulled it through, okay. You put your loop over your thing, you pull it down, it kind of knots it. The other way you can do it, because I just pulled it through, so let's change that. So I've threaded my needle, and because this is such a fine silk, what I often do is a little knot, because it can come unthreaded really easily with the silk. Okay, so just 2 little loopy things, knots, and now it's attached to my needle and it won't come through. I should have done that in the start, because I know when I'm beading, it often can come out. So where was I up to? Get a bead. I think sorry. So let me focus here. I'm just going to do it up high so you can see. So I've got a bead on my needle. And you can see there's some darker pink bits. I'm just trying to capture those darker pink bits randomly. Okay, so random beading. I'm going to turn off my camera for a minute, do a bit more beading with this darker pink around here, and I'll come back and show you adding some more colour in. So I'll be back in a sec. So here's a start to my beading. I've got quite a few different colours in there. As Rach says, it has to go through the ugly stage, before it looks better. So I think it's in the ugly stage right now. Anyway, I'm going to just add some embroidery stitching. So I'm using 6 strands of a stranded cotton in a mustardy yellow, and I want to get some sort of chunky French knots. So I'm going to do 3 wraps and leave them loose and messy. And I'm not using a milliner's needle as I should be, which would make it life easier. But let's just go with it for the moment. So leaving it loose and chunky. This is where I needed my milliners. It would have been easier to pull through. Okay. I actually love milliner's needles. I have heaps of them, so I should be using one. I actually like doing most stitches with them, even though they're quite long. I just find them easy, really easy to use, to pull through like layers of fabric. Because I would have, at this point, 3 layers there where I'm stitching, and milliners just glide through. Okay, I'll get one more in here. All right, so there's my chunky center. Got to be careful that it doesn't get too sort of abstract and I lose the look of the flower. So what I think I might do now, continuing on with some embroidery, I am going to just get a pink thread and do some stitching where the pink is outwards. You know what I've got? I've got these lovely thread packs from the Cruel Goblin. She's made some gorgeous thread packs as samples, and yeah, so I was able to get, I've got another one as well. That's a nice thread, but what I think I'll use is that one. That variegated one might go nicely. Or, hang on, the other one I got from her was just some mixed mohair. That one would go well. Is that one too lollipop? I'm going to do the lollipop one. It's Daisy. It's a CGT thread, which, what does that stand for again? Cottage Garden Threads, that's right. And I've said before, I love these. I love the colours that they come up with. The only thing is they're pre-cut. And they're pre-cut to what I think is a short thread. For me, I would use double that, even though I know I break the rules. But isn't that what slow stitching is? You don't have to follow the rules. Yeah, I'd prefer, I wish that you could get them uncut and not just cut, because I do like a longer thread. But anyway, I'll just go with it. No, that needle is way too small. Let's go back to the other one that I had. Okay, so I might just finish this flower and that will be it. And it'll be something I just gradually work on. I definitely am not going to get much time in the next week to work on this. So I'm just finding gaps where there's fabric there, and all I'm going to be doing is just straight stitches. And I feel like that might bring, the beading looks very random at the moment, but I think if I do some embroidery in between, it might kind of tie the flower together a bit better. Okay, it's kind of filling in the gaps. I don't even know if this is going to look like a flower. It could be really abstract. I guess we'll see once the whole thing's done. Okay, I think filling in the gaps will tie it together so much better. Make it a bit more uniform, because the beads are really random colours. They're all sort of shades of pink, but they're really random. I probably don't have enough to select from that would go together better. That's okay. I'm trying to make it work. Sorry, I'm a bit off camera. And when I do the next flower, I might change up the pink a little bit so that it just doesn't blend into one. Looks like it's one thing. So it kind of looks like these flowers just crossing in front of the other one. I think where the white is, I'll add some more white beading. It looks really random. I hope it comes together better. I think once I do more beading around this side with the stitching, it might look more uniform. But at the moment, definitely going through the ugly stage. Got a thread there. Hang on. There we go. It's better. I need to leave some space for beading. Can't do it all in thread. Okay, this is boring to watch. So I'm going to turn it off. I'll do a bit more embroidery, come back and do a bit more beading, and then that will do. Okay, so here it is done. I feel like it got through the ugly stage. There's a lot of beading and stitching in there. I think once I do the leaves and the other flower, it will start to come together better. But anyway, I think it's better than what it looked like halfway through. So that's all I'm going to do tonight, because that took quite a while off camera to do. And next week we'll be back with a new project for March. Okay, thanks for watching. See you later.